Year after year, elections in Uganda are marred by violence, with each political party scrambling to take a lead. With 2 years to the 2026 general elections, various stakeholders and political leaders came together for a discussion on these elections. The conference majorly focused on revisiting the quest for constitutional and electoral reforms.
Free and fair elections.
The scrapping of the term limits, involvement of the army in politics, excessive powers of the president, the capture of the Electoral Commission and the judiciary are some of the issues that took a lead in the discussion.
The population is not empowered to listen and actually weigh the manifestos. They look at the MPs.
In order to have a free and fair election in 2026, members of the opposition demanded electoral and constitutional reforms, saying the 1996 constitution has several loopholes that have kept the country in captivity. These want the term limits reinstated, and the Electoral Commission made an independent entity, among other reforms.
Gathered here today to see whether we can still contribute to the transformation agenda of our country, to see whether we can still contribute to the necessary safety valves that are needed for a better running of democracy, for a better management of our society, and we see whether the excess powers that the president has, we can find a way of trimming them.
We need it all to appreciate that there is need for political sanity as a basis or a foundation for socio-economic transformation. Good governance is a bedrock for all aspects of life.
The Secretary General for the National Unity Platform, Louis Lubongoya, seemed different when he stated that the most pressing issue in Uganda is not the law, but rather impunity, hence calling for Ugandans to be alert.
That the problem are not the laws, but the impunity. That's what you get to see. For example, the Presidential Elections Act, the Electoral Commission Act, Parliamentary Elections Act, etc. All these provide for, one person, one vote. But you see what happens regularly with ballot stuffing everywhere, evidence.
However, on the side of the ruling National Resistance Movement NRM, which was represented by the Deputy Secretary General Rosna Mayanja, what is mostly needed is to remember where the country has come from and not drive it back to the past turmoil.
We've got to look at where we came from a pre-crisis period to a crisis period, to a conflict period, a post-conflict period, and where we are, and building, because until we understand the journey that we have taken and where we are, then we cannot look at the future.
Dr. Nancy Zimwanga, Professor of Political Science at Makerere University, highlighted the importance of including young people in decision-making processes beyond just during elections. She emphasized the significance of maintaining peace in the country to prevent repeating the errors made by past leaders.
Young people, yes, 78% of the population, 41% of electorate last time, most likely going to be, that number is going to increase by at least 6 million by 2026. I really think it's time that they were taken seriously, and not only taken seriously because of their numbers, but given the right skills and capacity, not only to be able to participate, but also be able to sit on that decision-making table.
But what about the 1995 Constitution? Where did it go wrong? Professor Frederick Sempewa, member of the 1995 Constitutional Commission, explained.
There's a need for constitutional reform, but at least we should struggle for reform of electoral laws in time. And this is the time. You cannot deny the president some powers, including powers to appoint.
Several legislators and stakeholders expressed varying responses, with some endorsing the necessity of reforms, while others voiced their objections.
Sharing this country has been one of the most painful to many citizens. Based on questions, I hear the Buganda question, the Ankole question, the Northern question.
My question to all the panelists, between now and 2026,
are we in position to press a reset button so that we agree on the direction of travel?
Organized by Uganda National NGO Forum, the high-level stakeholders conference aimed at providing an opportunity to members of the public convene to discuss potential recommendations for a constitutional reform. John Baptist Ahunza, Church of Uganda, Family TV News at 8.